Hey guys, welcome back to Economics and Comics. I have put together a video that I think will help you make money. I've made a complete process of how I go from book to grade to press to pre-screen to sale, everything. And I think it's very important, and that's what I'm here for, is to help you guys learn about comics, the economics of comics, and not a bunch of just hype stuff and all that. This is about teaching you guys and sharing what I learned with you. So let's go. So this video took about 3 months to make. There are multiple processes. I'm going to put it all together in one video, and I might break it up later into segments, but for the initial purpose, it's going to be all one video. And how I'm going to do it in the segments, there's about 4. It'll start with me kind of processing some comics, looking at things that I like. Step 2 will be showing you why I pick certain comics to get graded. Next will be kind of the pressing process, a little bit of that, and the results, as well as why I'm sending them to a certain place instead of another. And the 4th process will be the receival of it and looking and seeing how my grading worked, see the value increase, and why I chose to use this system. So let's get started. Okay, let's start with part 1. Basically, it's simple. I'm going to flip through some comics really fast, a couple minutes, looking at key books that I picked out through the year or just different options that I have, and I'm going to break it down to which ones I think are worth sending in regard to grade versus value. Then we'll skip into part 2, okay? Hey guys, so I'm going to flip through some of the books that I'm going to be going through. Once I decide which ones are the right values, depending based on grade, like is it worth for me to send in and get graded and take a chance? Some might not be worth it at the grade point. So I'm just going to show you all the books that I'm going to process, and then later I'll show you the ones I picked and why, and show you what I think I'm going to get for a grade, etc. And we'll go from there. This should be interesting. So I'm going to do a quick flip of the books I'm looking at right now. Okay, so we've got this one. This one. I'm not going to keep saying this one. I'm just going to show you the books really quick. And then later, in a couple minutes probably, we'll see which ones I picked. And I'll show you why. Of course, this is the newsstand. Okay. These are all awesome books. I mean, they're just sitting in a box though, and I'm like, look, I gotta figure out which ones I want. Check out the grades before a possible press. See what, I'll grade them hard. What's the potential if I get them graded and a return value? Stuff like that. Then, of course, we're going to press all the books. This video is going to be pretty cool, I think. These are books that I've been picking up over the years during the channel, you guys. I mean, you've been a witness to a lot of these. When I go get books for our auctions, and I'll keep like 1 or 2 and sell the rest. These are the ones that I've been holding on, you know. Got a big stack. I'm going to try to bring it down to 25. Okay, for now, those are the books that I've decided on taking a look at. I'll show you the process and stuff. Once I filter out the ones that I think I'm going to send in, I'll show you why, okay? So, here we go. Okay, part 2. Now that I've kind of flipped through some books and decided, I've picked the ones that I want to send in. Now, in reference to this video, I've decided to send to CBCS, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't mind CGC either, but I'm testing my grading skills as well. So at CBCS, you don't have to send in 25 books to get a pre-screen, and you can pre-screen different grades. So for instance, I send in one book and I want a 4.0 or higher. I can mark that, and if it's not a 4.0, it comes back to me and I get charged $4. So I'm not losing. The reason I'm doing this is because if it comes back lower than what I want, right, graded, I've essentially lost money because the raw copy would most likely be worth about the same, okay? What I'm trying to do is turn a comic book into more value than less raw, okay? So by utilizing CBCS's system, I only have to send in 10 books. I don't have to send in 25, and I can pick individual ones in different grades, okay? Now, I do use CGC, and I do all 9.8 pre-screen. That's the other thing with CGC. You have to get 25 books, and they can only be pre-screened one grade. If I said they're 9.6, they all have to be 9.6 or better. You can't individually choose. Now, what I'm going to do, though, is if one of the books comes back as a fail, I will press the book again and send it to CGC for another test video where we can test the grading companies. The reason why, again, I'm picking CBCS in this instance is because I'm not sending in 25 books. These are big books. I'm testing my grading, and I want to be real specific in what I want. Yeah, that's why. So in this part, I'm going to show you why I chose these certain books based on sold values, which was 3 months ago because this video took so long. It's certain grade points and the numbers that I'm willing to accept and why I pre-screen at those numbers. Okay, so let's go into that. Okay guys, I've kind of made my selections here. I picked 10 out of all those books. I'm going to kind of show you why I picked those 10. I'll try to do it quickly. First up is Next Men, number 21. First, Hellboy. This is kind of how I made my selections, okay? So I said the worst case it's a 9.2. A 9.2, anywhere from 100 to 150 bucks. If it's a 9.4, 150 bucks, okay? Plus, I really like these books. So this is before I press anything. So I wanted to show you kind of how I came up with the idea of 9.4. And hopefully you can see. There's a little bit, this is kind of a hard video to make, guys, but there's some dings here. Small dings. That might be color breaking, that might be. Otherwise, the book is pretty solid. There's a little something going on in the corner here. Like a little corner crunch of sorts. The camera's not really picking it. Right there, the corner. Very minimum. The back is really solid. Just some small little dings. So I would say 9.2, right? This is going to be an interesting video too, because I'll tell you why. So let's just say a 9.2 at worst. I'm going to press it, and I'm going to hope for a 9.4, okay? But all these books are going to go to CBCS, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to send them all to CBCS because you can individually pick what grade you want. So that's why I put this here, 9.2, 9.4. So I can pre-screen just this one book, 9.2 or better. So I'm going to press it the best I can, and then I'm going to select pre-screen 9.2 or better on this book, okay? So if it doesn't come back or not, if it doesn't get a 9.2, it's coming back home to me. But it can be anything better. And that's the area and price-wise currently. So that's the first book. The second book is another one. I have two. So I thought that would be interesting. We can kind of test my grading skills as well. So this book, this is a tough one. There's some more solid color break or ticks here. 1, 2, and something by the staple. No quarter crunch though. And the back has 1, 1 ding. So I'm going to press that. I've got that in about the same category, guys. 9.2 or better. So I can take both these books and submit them 9.2 or better. Okay? And I'll be happy with anything in that regards. Okay, next up. Now again, I did these in regard to price and what was the most bang for my buck. You saw a preview of all of them. These are the ones. So this one's Spider-Man 31, okay? This is going to be a tough one. A press will help it though. So I looked at it, and we'll look at it together. And I put these options. 40, 45, 50. Those are the price and grade differences. So what I'm going to do is, I did these with all the books. I'm happy with it being a 4.0. 250 is a lot of money. Most likely I'm going to keep it. I've had this book forever. But you can see how the price goes up, the better the grade. So I'm going to pre-screen it at a 4.0. If it doesn't get a 4.0, then I get it back. Let me show you what's wrong with this book. You can see right there, there's like a crease, slightly color breaking all the way. There's this color breaking here. It is intact though. I'm gonna, of course I'm gonna press it and hope for the best, but I kind of graded it as raw right now, where I think the book's at, and what would be acceptable. There's some minor issues. There's a little bit of discoloration on the back, but nothing too bad. Interiors, like a cream to off-white, but otherwise it's in decent shape. I think if I could get a 4.0 for this book, then I would be happy. So I'm going to pre-screen it at a 4.0 and hope it comes back higher. But if I get a 4.0, that's good. If not, then it's going to come back raw. And I get charged $4. Okay, next book, Shazam, #1. Okay, I have 9.0, and a 9.0 is at 100, and a 9.2 is at 125. 100 to 125. I think that this book is in that area, so I'll pre-screen it at a 9.0 and hope I get better. Okay, this is kind of a test on my grading too, and excuse me, and trying to figure out CBC's grading scale. Okay, but otherwise, the spine is good. There's a little fold here. Of course, I'm going to press it. There's something right here. Okay. A little something on the corner. The back is I might do a little clean job right here, if you can see it. But it's a solid book, and I don't see it not getting a 9.0. My guess is as I press it, I'm probably going to get a 9.4. But I'm happy with a 9.0 just because when the new Shazam movie comes out, this is a really nice copy of the book. Okay? Next. This should be an interesting video. Probably one of my better ones. There it is, guys. Silver Surfer number 4. Now, I've been seeing a lot of grading videos. I recently saw a CGC one where they said there was a missing corner right here. And they said, well, I start off at a 6.0. Dude, I wouldn't even start it at a 3.5 when you're missing a piece that big. Anyway, this is a pretty solid copy. I'm going to write down the prices. At a 3.5, it will sell for $325. 4.0, $455. 4.550. So I can pre-screen at a 3.5 and hope to get better than that. Okay? I'm going to show you what's wrong with it. Some might say, oh, that's better than a 3.5. But I was concerned about certain things, and I'll show you why I gave it a 3.5. The colors are great. There is a crease right there. Slightly color breaking right there. I can get that out. There are these color breaking corners here. You see it? The back is pretty nice, guys. There's a little bit of something here. The thing to worry about on all these books from this time period is the spine. The spine is pretty nice, except right here is a little bit missing, which of course also turns into a slight tear, see, of the cover. Otherwise, this book is really nice. I might do a little clean job on it, press it, and I think I can pull off a 3.5, no problem. This presents much better. Hopefully, we can get even higher, but I need to get this book slapped. So I'm okay with the 3.5. If it doesn't get a 3.5, though, they're going to send it back raw. But my guess it's somewhere in this area here that I've put. Next up is this book right here, Cap 100. I put an estimate anywhere. I recently sent a Conan the Barbarian. I'll be getting him back soon. I got a 7.0 on it. Okay, and it was very similar to this copy. Okay, so I put at a 7.0, it's $400. At a 7.5, it's $450. At an 8.0, it's $500. I'm guessing it's somewhere in that area. 7.5, 8.0. So it's worth it for me to sell because send a good grade because those are good prices. Plus, it's Captain 100. Let me show you why I gave it a 7.0. There's just some minor stuff there on the corner. I'm going to press it, see where the light is. There's no real spine. It was a couple ticks here. A little bit of a corner crease. Little color break. The back cover is pretty solid. Little discoloration, a little something here. Besides that, this book is really nice. So after I press it, a lot of the little creases will be gone, which might even improve it. So I'm really hoping that this book comes out back 7.0 or better. And that's why I gave it that. It's just really tough. You know, this book could come back 8.5. I don't know. Next up, Shazam, number 28. This is Black Adam. This book right now, and the movie's not even out yet, and an 8.0 is selling for $300. 8.5 is $300 to $350, and a 9.0 is at $400. This book has to go in. So I will pre-screen an 8.0, and hopefully it comes back higher. That's what I love about CBCS. I don't have to send in 25 books, and I can do multiple tiers, different grades for different books. Now, I intend on pressing this really well. You can see a little bit of stuff going on here. I'm going to try to get it all out. little corner stuff. I'll try to clean it up, get it in that 8.0 range. I might even do a light cleaning on the back. I'm not sure yet, but I think after I'm done with the press, it will be in the 8.0 area. And the 8.0 area, guys, is $300. See, I went through the other books, but the prices weren't where I wanted them to be. And it wasn't worth the time. I think these are worth the time. I got 2 more books and then we'll pick one more. So we have the Amazing Spider-Man 361, First Carnage. 9.4, 175, 9.6, 230, 275. I think it's in the area. It's at least a 9.4 after I press it. I think it's a good book to get slabbed. You know. But there's a little something here. I can press that out. There's a couple minor spindings that I'm going to press out of the book. The back has more spine issues, things. I'm really going to put a good press on this, and we're going to hope to clear a 9.4. If not, it's coming back, guys. It's coming back. But this is a test on my pressing skills too. That book right now is probably a 9.2. Okay. Next up, newsstand copy of Secret Wars number 8. I have 9.4 to 9.6 prices. I think it's in that area. Of course, after I press it. Let's take a look at this one. I'm really looking at it better than I did before. Okay, there's something going on here. This might not be the right candidate. This is going to be one hell of a press job, guys. Something going on. Oh, well, let's do this first. It's hard for me to see. There's a couple dings. Ding. The corners have a little bit of stuff going on. There, see that? I'm going to try to get that out. The back's pretty good. I can probably clean that. The back has a couple issues as well. I'm really going to work it on a press. When I'm done with the press, if I don't think it's a 9.4, it's not going. This is the most concerning thing for me right here. We'll see. I think right now you're looking at a 9.0. Okay, now that I've kind of gone through and broken down the grades and which ones I picked and which not, I'm going to kind of show you really quickly the pressing process, and then I'm going to show you the results of the books after the press, because this all goes through one long process. There are some pressing videos that I have that you can check out. I'll add something right there for you, and then we'll get through that, and then I'll give you my final thoughts in regard to grades and stuff like that, and then I'm going to send off the comics. Okay? Be pressed. Hey guys, so I'm going to try to make this a really great video, because this video is going to take a long time to make. You guys really enjoy those, so I'm going to show you just quickly what I'm going to do with every book. Here we go. So every book I put 2 books at a time, because I only have 2 presses, in a humidity chamber for 2 hours. Okay? 2 hours. Then I'm going to put them in the presses with steel plates. I only have to put them in once. I'm just kind of toying around with times. But in this case, most of them are older books, so I can do a little bit longer and higher heat. I'm going to do 160 degrees for 15 minutes between 2 steel plates. I'm going to leave them in for 12 hours. That way I can do 4 books every day. Okay? So it'll take about 3 days to press them all. And that's just a quick explanation. I have pressing videos and stuff, but this is just an all-around cool video. I hope you guys enjoy. Okay guys, this one just came out of the press. I could probably do it for longer, but this video is going to take way too long. to do it that like that. I should be able to get that out, but that is a color break. The other dings that came out, I'm just gonna keep it like this and send it in. Again, I had put 80, 85, 90. I'm just gonna put I'm gonna go for it on this. I'm gonna put 80 or better. I mean, I think it might be a 7.5, but I'm gonna put on the new bag of board 80 or better. Okay. Okay, guys. So I pressed the cap. It was in the press for 16 hours, cold press. Okay. It looks pretty good. I mean, yeah, there's still some little things, but I mean, that stuff wasn't coming. The book looks really good, though. I think. It's better, looks better than it was. It is what it is, guys. So here's the thing. So on the last show, I showed you how I broke down the prices, and I was going to pre-screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change bag and boards, okay? And just without prices. I'm going to put it in a new bag and board. I'm going to put 7.0 or better on there, right? That's all I'm going to put. Because remember I said the least I would take was a 7.0. So I'm going to put 7 or better, and I'm going to change it to a new bag. So they don't see that I'm, like, doing certain things, okay? Gets to the next book. This book came out really nice. I mean, there are no dings or anything on this book. There's only one concern I have is right there. There's a small tear, a little cut. Really frustrating for me. So I don't know, will that get a 9.4 with that little tear? The entire rest of the book is absolutely, the press was great. Honestly, if that tear wasn't there, I would say 9.6 or better, but I don't know, it could fail because of that little cut. So I'm going to put 9.4 or better as planned before, but all the ticks are out, looks great. So I just pulled this one out of the press. This was the main issue down here. It looks a lot better. I'm a little concerned. All the spine ticks are out. I had 9.4. I have a feeling this might not get a 9.4. That looks like very visible there, but it's because of the lights directly on it. But when you're holding it, you don't really see it. All the ticks are out. I'm going to put 9.4. I think it'll get a 9.2. I think this book might get rejected. But I'm going to know how to replace the bag and put 9.4 on it, okay? Okay, this one's a bit tougher because this one was a rough copy. I had 4.0 was my minimum that I had to get. I did press it. You can still see some issues. But, I mean, it looks nicer than it did. I don't know if it's staining. You didn't really tell. I don't know. I have a feeling this is probably going to 3.5. But this is a test where I can't accept a 3.5. I don't want a 3.5. So if it doesn't come back 3.5, then I get charged $4. Unless 70% of my order comes back the way I want it, then it's free. But I want a 4.0 on this, so I'm going to mark on the new bag 4.0 or better. Okay, guys, I pressed this one. After looking at it, I still think I have here on the low end 9.0. So I'm going to change it. Hopefully I get higher, but I don't know. The main issue is this, and that was pressed. And these corners are a little bit cornery. Again, I'm not spending a whole lot of time pressing these. They're in the press for about 24 hours, though, each book. So I'm going to re-change the bag and put 9.0 or better on there. Send it in and hope for the best. There you go. Here's the other one. This one's probably the worst of the two. It's got these little color breaks. But I'm also going to put a 9.2 or better on this one. Looks really nice. Okay, I pulled this bad boy out of the press. It's looking nice. The only real issue is this corner here. So I'm going to still put 9.2 or better on there. probably going to get higher. Okay, guys, this was a tough one. I'm going to send it in as a 3.5. I did what I could. You know, I did what I could. But, you know, overall, it's nice. I'm hoping I can get it at a 3.5. That would be great. And we have one left, a little bonus book. So this next one came out of the press looking pretty good. I'm pretty excited about it. I think I had 9.4 on it. I think that's where I'm going to stay at with it. There are some just minor dings. You can't really see them, but I can. But I think a 9.4 is definite. We got one more book and then a bonus book. Oh, here's the bonus book. I'm going to pre-screen it at a 9.4. And we're going to go ahead and send this sucker in. And it's looking pretty nice. Alright, guys. Next video will be unboxing. Okay, guys, I'm pretty excited. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. It's been about 3 months. I have it right here. We're going to go through it. I just want to say again, there's a couple reasons why I use CBCS. One of the main reasons, of course, was that I could pre-screen different grades and I didn't have to send in 25. But the other main reason was that I truly believe CBCS has the tougher graders, and I wanted to test myself. Nothing against CGC, but you know, CBCS has about 8 graders, and they're all been trained by Steve Borak, and he's the man. And I think CGC has well over 100. So I didn't want it to be in and out. I wanted them to grade it and test it and all that. So I have the numbers here and the books, and we are going to do it right now. I'm pretty excited. Hope I didn't miss anything because this video is taking forever. Oh my gosh. Kilo. It was just about 3 months. Ooh. Returns. But that's good because I questioned myself a little bit on some books, and maybe those will be the ones, okay? Oh my gosh, they're pretty good. Okay, here we go. Let me set these down. Okay. Okay, the first book is Captain America 100, okay? I pre-screened it at a 7.0. I broke it down. Anything for 7.0 or higher would be worth the initial send-in, okay? So, 7.0 pre-screen. We got a 7.5. Dang, that's sick. That's sick, dude. Very excited about that. That book's worth $450 to $500. I think I paid just under $200. Raw, did all the work. More than doubled my money. And my grading was right on. Right, I mean, I got it better. So I graded it as tough as I could. And I got back a 7.5. Really excited about that. Next. Amazing Spider-Man 361. I pre-screened it at 9.4. I believe after the press, I was really excited about it. Except for a little bit of a cut. $9.6. Sweet. So far, so good. That book's probably $225 to $250 currently, First Carnage. Pretty excited. Let's go ahead and put those back. I don't think I spent over $100 on that, but this cap. Ooh, yeah, baby. Big book, big book. Oh my gosh. Okay. Next up, a book that I had in my collection for a long time. I was really nervous about it because there was creasing and stuff, and I pressed it and I said, you know what? I don't want anything lower than a 4.0. So if it comes back, I'll be happy. Not, under, I'll just keep it personal. I said it would be a 4.0 or better. $4.5. First appearance of Gwen Stacy, Harry Osborn. Bunch of goodies in there. That's a good book. That book right now in about that grade is anywhere from $250 to $300. I'm pretty excited. Now, a lot of you people are going, well, why don't you use CGC? CGC sells for more. You know what? The honest truth is, it's possible. But that's only because you let them sell for more. If I put, and I have never had any problem, the same book sold for, let's say, $250, right? CGC. And I put CBCS, 9.6, or excuse me, 4.5, $250. It'll sell. So don't let a company hold you back or some weird thought that for some reason it's a mistake to send to CBCS. I still think they're the best graders, and I love their new cases, and eventually everyone is going to come around, Okay. Oh, let's leave that up there. Let's put this here. This was something different. Okay. I sent in 2 Next Men number 21s. First appearance of Hellboy. I pre-screened them both at 9.2s. I thought that one would be a 9.2 and one would be a 9.4. Okay? So we got one back. 9.2. Which I'm very happy about. So a 9.2 is worth about $150. Excuse me, that Amazing Spider-Man, that's $250 to $300. I don't know if I said that right. So, yeah, got it back. Everything is good. It's exactly what I thought. So far, so good. All right, let me put these. There's a point to this video. I don't know where it is, but if you do this a whole bunch of times, you can make quite a lot of money doing this. You just need to know what to do. The first thing I would say is teach yourself how to grade. I've been doing it. Might take a long time, but you can learn really fast if you study and try to understand why a book gets a grade versus another one. And I think I'm getting pretty good at it. So, okay. Here's the other Next Men. I said pre-screen 9.2. I thought maybe there could be a 9.4. There it is right there. 9.4. So I'm doing really good so far. A 9.4 is about $175. I love this book. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm excited about this. Okay, this next book I was really worried about. Silver Surfer number 4. There were creasing. There was a little bit of a tear. I said, man, I'll accept a 3.5. I'll accept a 3.5. So I pre-screened it at 3.5, right? I pressed it, did what I could. $4.0. What's funny is you can see that wasn't there before. But it's because when they put it in the case. Doesn't matter. It's slabbed. It's a 4.0. I'm super stoked about that. I'm glad to have it slabbed. That book's probably in about $450. Damn, that's sick, dude. Okay. I'm stoked about that. One of my favorite covers. Okay, so far so good, guys. I mean, really, all around different grading. I was on top of any new and old, and so far so good. I like being on top. Okay. Next up, I pre-screened this book at a 9.0. I said I could accept a 9.0 price. Pressed, cleaned, whatever. 9.2. And trust me, you guys, they are really tough on books. 9.2. Shazam #1. That book, currently, I expect it to go up in price. About $120 to $150, just depends. But yeah, that's a near mint minus, yo. Stoked. Okay, this is really exciting. This was a bonus book that I threw in. I bought it from Hulk Nuts. I bought it at a cost. He gave me a good price break on it. I valued it through the pictures at about a 9.4. I knew there was some pressing to be done. He sold it to me. I was very happy. I pre-screened it at a 9.4. After the press, it was absolutely amazing. Just so happens, it's been 3 months, and now it's one of the biggest books out there. Star Wars. Number 42, first Boba Fett. Bingo. Boba Fett cover, it says. That book right now is anywhere, it's a 9.6, pre-screened at 9.4, anywhere from $800 to $1,000. And it's only going to keep going up. It will only keep going up, and I'm glad I have it slabbed at a 9.6 now. Pretty exciting. Okay, so now, there were 3 returns. Now, it's interesting to me, and this is very interesting to me. And if you go back and watch the video, you'll see why. Okay? Here we go. Where did I put those scissors? Now, if you watch my videos, if you watch this whole thing, which is very interesting to me, I was right on the money. This is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Okay. Okay, so this book right here, Shazam, number 28, first appearance of Black Adam in this thing. I pre-screened it at an 8.0. That was the price that was the grade that I was willing to accept, right? Pre-screen at 8.0. This is the point of these pre-screens. I said if it wasn't an 8.0, I wanted the book back raw, okay? In that portion, I say to myself, I don't think it's an 8.0. I think it's a VF minus, which is a 7.5, right? So it got sent back as a reject. Which is interesting because I knew it was going to come back a reject. I kept doubting myself. I'm like, yeah, but that's the point. I spent $4 for them to grade it. If it would have come back an 8.0, I would be like, shit, yeah, I scored. And I would have paid, and I would have, it would have been worth a good bit of money. But it came back a 7.5, and they sent it back because I didn't want it slabbed. It wasn't worth it. So I have a test for these next, okay? Next up, Secret Wars, number 8. I pre-screened it a 9.4 because I didn't want anything else. But if you rewind the video, you'll see I said, I don't know. I don't think it's going to make it. I think it'll be a 9.2 or a 9.0, right? There it is. A reject. Most likely because this little part I was curious about. I was like, I don't know. Very interesting to me, though. Which makes me feel really confident in my grading skills. It really, really does. I'm really starting to get there. I mean, there's some iffy things I have with torn pages out, and I don't really know much about that, but that was interesting. Now, here's one that I wasn't sure about, okay? I pre-screened it. It was a bonus book I threw in. I pre-screened it at a 9.4, and I wasn't sure. I don't know why this book came back, to be honest with you. But it did. So, most likely, it was a 9.2 in their eyes. I gotta be honest, that book was clean. I remember looking at it. Maybe I'll press it again, do something like that. So my plan here is secret, okay? I'm going to press them again, these 3 books, right? Because I can't pre-screen them unless I send in 25, I'm going to send them to CGC. It might take a while, but I'll press them again just because they've been handled. I'll send them to CGC, and we'll see if CGC gives it the grades that I was thinking they were, or I was worried that they weren't. You know what I mean? That would be a very interesting test to test the 2 companies. So those are the rejects. But 2 of them I was fully on the fence on, and I'm like, I don't think it's going to make it. It's just really, really, it tells me a lot about myself. Very exciting. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I know it was long. I would love to hear your comments. You don't have to, comment CGC is better than CBCS or anything like that. Whatever. Comment on the process and what you think. I probably, in the value that I've got back, right, and grading, these slabs alone, that's about $3,000. I would think right now. About $3,000 worth of stuff. You can make a crap load of money doing this if you do it the right way and be smart about it. And that's my point. I'm trying to teach you a system, a process where you could benefit. Now there's more to it, like wheeling and dealing at the shop when you're buying the comic and learning how to press. I'll put a pressing video and a humidity video at the end of this. Different things, learning the ropes, figuring out what it's worth at a certain grade, what you're willing to take. Why waste money if you don't want, you just send a book in and get it graded? No, there's a reason to do it. Sometimes raw is more than a grade. So we'll flip through one more time. Shazam 1, 9.2. Actually, this might not be too bad. I hope not. Might be some reflection. Shazam 1, 9.2. This is a biggie. Star Wars 42, 9.6. Pretty awesome, man. You got the Next Man, Hellboy, 9.4. And the 9.2. It's so interesting. Because, I've been editing and stuff, and I've been looking at what I've been saying and doing. And to see it play out before my eyes, exactly what I was thinking. Amazing Spider-Man, I love this book. I've had it forever, and I'm very excited I own it in a slab form. These last couple are some of my favorites here. That's Silver Surfer 4.0. Gotta love it. Those are classic books. Got your old Cap 7.5. Beautiful. And the first Carnage 9.6. Very excited about that. I hope this video didn't bore the shit out of you. But I really hope you watch the whole thing. Because you can really learn a lot from a dummy. So stay sick, guys. Oh, by the way, there was a little bonus book I threw in that wasn't part of the test. I got a 9.6. Ah, that sucks. But it's a signed Donny Cates. Anyway, that'll probably be a giveaway. So stay sick, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It took a long time to make, but I think it's important that we all figure out how to do things. And I think that this process, what I've done, is a great way to start and to learn how to get on the right track instead of just throwing money away. How do you do things the right way, at least in my mind. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay sick.